All right, guys, what's going on? Jeff and Mitchell here. We're going to be giving you guys some tips. First, we're going to be talking today about double unders, guys. And this is one of those skills that is fantastic to have in your skill set. And one of the things that if you start practicing right now, you can have this skill pretty dialed in by the time that the CrossFit Games Open starts. So we've been testing some of these main site workouts and some of these open workouts throughout January and going back or leading up to the Open in February. And if you guys really want to maximize your scores, practicing some of this stuff that we're going to talk about is really going to help you. First skill we're going to talk about, guys, is the plate jump, okay? Now, I like to use a 35 or a 45-pound plate because in reality what we want to see for good double unders is going to be about a 3 or a 4-inch jump. Over jumping is going to be a problem from an efficiency standpoint, and under jumping is going to be a problem from an efficiency standpoint. So, Coach Mitchell's going to pop up. This is where we want to start our practice of posture. So when he's doing a double under, we want to keep those chest up, eyes forward, okay? He's going to practice by keeping his hands a little bit at his side. He's going to keep his feet pretty close together here, and we're going to try to just jump onto the plate and off of the plate. And now as we start practicing for real jump ropes, he's going to do that cyclically. Ready, go? Very nice, very good. All right, so that's the plate jump. And you guys can tell at first you're gonna wanna stare down at the plate. And that's fine, right, because we're really practicing the lower body mechanics. But otherwise, try to keep that chest up and try to think about we're moving from the knees down as best we can. We don't wanna have to bend too much at the hip when we go. All right, guys, next we're going to be talking about single unders. Now, single unders is really where we want to start setting in that good posture. So elbows tight to the body, hands about maybe 90 degrees in front of the body, and we don't want to get used to pulling the rope back as we start to jump rope. So Mitchell's going to pick that jump rope up. He's going to step through and tighten the rope a little bit. And notice how he sets his posture before he even begins, okay? This gets the rope off the ground. It's tight to his body, so when he takes that first loop, it's going to be prepped and in a good position, okay? So we're just going to watch him do a couple singles here. Notice how he's got that nice, tight, upright posture where he can breathe, he can look onto the horizon. Go ahead, relax. Very nice, okay? Now, feet nice and close. He's working from the knees down. That was a nice high jump where we could easily get 2 or even 3 passes under, and we see that nice logo on his chest, okay? Notice how when he jumps, he doesn't flex at the hip or pick his knees up or anything like that. That's going to be really important when we work to efficient double unders, okay? So first thing, remember, pull the rope kind of tight, get your posture set, eyes on the horizon, and then start your singles from there. All right, our next series where we're going to be working on is going to be what we call the jump tap tap. So we're going to get rid of the rope for this one. Posture is still very important, and now we're going to start working on the timing of this, okay? So he sets himself to a good position here. He's going to jump and then give himself 2 little thigh taps as he's in the air. Ready, go. Good. Now, if we do these cyclically, okay, what he wants to focus on is making sure that he leaves the ground first, then it's tap tap, okay? Let's do like 5 in a row. Nice. Hopefully you guys can hear that, right? You can hear this a mile away. If you're doing really good double unders, I can be across the room and be listening to you and be counting because it should be very rhythmic. It's jump, tap, tap, jump, tap, tap, jump, tap, tap. And what that's going to be is really the rope passing under you will create a tap, tap on the ground as it makes a little bit of contact there, okay? So we're practicing not only feeling the rhythm of that, but also what we're going to be doing is practicing the timing of as we jump, we flick our wrists twice, and that brings that rope around twice. So we're also kind of practicing that as well. Again, posture is huge here, guys. We don't want to start flailing our bodies and getting out of position as we do this because that's going to really start to take over when we do these double unders. It's a really bad habit to get into early. All right, guys, next. This one's a little bit different, okay? This is the Coach Maria special, all right? She's had a lot of success practicing this one. There's a couple different variations of this, but really what we're going to be practicing is having the rope in our hands, keeping our posture solid. He's going to have both handles in one hand, and we're going to actually be bringing the rope onto our side, okay? This is where you can use your listening a little bit to start to hear if it sounds right, okay? What he's going to do is he's still going to try to keep that posture, and you're going to notice his offhand feels a little awkward, right? But he's going to do his best to keep his posture here, and we're going to do the jump, tap, tap drill, but now he's just jump and then double on that right hand, okay? So we're going to watch here. Good. All right. We're getting a little adversity here back here with the rig, but that's the right idea, okay? So jump, swirl, swirl, okay? jump, swirl, swirl, all right? So that's the habit that we want to get into is it's jump, we leave the ground, and then that wrist flicks twice, okay? So this allows you to feel that with the rope a little bit. And we can go right hand and we can go left hand, okay? You guys are more than welcome to do just one at a time, just to practice that feel. Or as Mitchell was, you can actually practice jumping and going through the full rhythm of that, okay? So that's the single arm, single, single, double, okay? So you can go single, single, jump and tap, right? Or you can just go right into the double practice. Really good drill there. All right, guys, next we are going to do the single, 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 double, okay? This allows you to prep a little bit mentally, but we don't get too far into doing a bunch of singles. Where I see people get into problems with this is they'll go 10 or 15 singles, and then they'll try to time it really well. We want to just get the rope moving, get it tight. That's a big piece of this, is making sure the wrists are moving it well enough where it's actually tight as it comes around, and then time that jump for that double, okay? So we're going to watch Mitchell here. He's going to do 3 single unders and then a double. 1, 2, 3, good. And then back into singles, good. Really nice, right? And we see that posture start to take over. That timing is key, right? He can jump and extend and then work that double. Now, when we really start to get people into closer and closer to doubles, we're actually going to start to take away some of the singles. So instead of 3 singles, it'll become single, double, single, double, single, double, okay? Now, this might be really hard for Mitchell to try, all right? Once you guys start dialing in the double unders, this drill actually becomes really hard to do because you have to slow the rope down to do it, okay? But we'll see if he can do it here. Really nice. Yeah, there we go. And now he goes right into doubles, right? So that gets hard because that rope, you almost have to actually slow it down to get back into a single, but it's a really good drill to get used to. Now, our next step, guys, is going to be going straight into doubles, but a couple things as we start doing that, okay? When I started doing double unders, one of the big habits that you get into is a prep single, okay? And I would definitely recommend that as you guys are picking this up. So we're going to watch Mitchell. He's going to step through. He's going to do 1 single, and then he's going to go into his repetitive doubles. Very nice. And that is standard, okay? A lot of people will do that. And I did that for years competing, and it's still fine. But what we don't want to get in the habit of as we start moving closer to getting into consecutive doubles is doing a bunch of prep singles. So now we don't want to do 2, 3, 4, 5 singles before we start into our doubles. It's 1 and then go, because really that prep jump tightens the rope as best as it can be tightened, and then you can get right into the rhythmic doubles. Now, when you start moving to the higher level from here, and we're going to talk more about doubles in a second and some schemes you guys can use to get better at doing them in a row. The absolute top end of doubles is to be able to pick the rope up and go immediately your first jump into a double under. So he preps here. Oh, nice, caught him. All right, hold on, we'll try that again. Oh, you've never done it? There we go. All right, we caught that on camera. Coach Maria stepping in, taking Coach Mitchell. All right, so that's going straight into doubles, and that's our highest end of double unders. If you guys are still working on that, it's a great time saver. There's a great video that you guys can watch that shows a big line of competitors, and the people who pick the rope up and go right into doubles usually get about 6 or 7 reps ahead for the people who stand up, do 1 prep single, and then go into them. So good way to really start to advance yourself on that level. All right, guys, so schemes. When we're practicing double unders, now that we sort of have them, right, you've walked through that full scheme, we practiced those, we've got good posture, and our double unders have started to be a little bit more consistent with 1, 2, and 3 in a row. And always remember, 1 is your hardest one, 2 is equally as hard, and then after that it gets a little bit easier, okay? But what I like to do is practice this scheme and continue to work on things until we start getting to the point where we can maybe get 2, 3, or 4 double unders in a row with consistency. Then we start daily practice of 5 minutes on the clock, 5 sets. And we're going to start with a target of 5 sets of 5 reps. So Mitchell's going to pick his rope up here, and imagine 3, 2, 1, go. We've started our 5-minute clock. 3, 4, 5. He stops. That's 1 set completed. Okay, now he might fail 13 times in between. So he goes 1, and then he fails, and then he goes 3, and then he fails, and he goes 2. We have to accumulate 5 sets of 5 in 5 minutes to complete that round or that leg, okay? And this progresses all the way up to infinity, okay? here's what happens as you complete that. So our first day is 5 by 5. If we complete 5 sets of 5 reps in 5 minutes, then we advance the next day onto 5 sets of 6. Okay, and now he's got to do 5 sets of 6 unbroken to complete that day. And it's still got to be in 5 minutes. So the reason I like this, guys, is the scheme kind of slowly progresses. It's easy to digest. So if Mitchell did 5 sets of 5 the day before unbroken, tomorrow doing 5 sets of 6 unbroken really doesn't seem like anything too crazy. Okay, it's pretty easy to make those leaps. So I really like it from that end. The other reason I really like it is it's just 5 minutes of practice. And we try to do it every day. And in that capacity, we don't get to the point where we get really frustrated and we're throwing our rope and we're getting pissed off. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You'll get to a point with this around 5 by 15 and 5 by 16 when it starts to get really challenging to get those sets done in 5 minutes. And that's fine, right? That's not a big deal. At 5 minutes at time caps, if you're not having a good day, you'll come back tomorrow. But I do recommend doing this a little bit every day. So even if you're not in the gym, even if you're not training, go outside, practice in your garage, practice in your driveway, whatever it's going to be, but get that daily practice in. It's a lot like putting, free throws. It's a quick, easy, monotonous task that we have to build that muscle memory on. So I like this. And then once you get up to about 5 sets of 30 in 5 minutes, you're good to go on double unders pretty much for the rest of your life. And that was what happened to me. I didn't try a workout with double unders until I got to 5 by 30, and then I was able to do a workout with 150 double unders in it. So you could start this daily practice, and you guys can start this right now. And even if you have a couple bad days in there, you can still get to 5 by 15 or 20 by the time the open starts. And you'll be able to rock those double unders RX in the open, which is a really, really cool thing and a great thing so you can kick Coach Mitchell's butt in an open workout. All right, so that's double unders. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, we're going to talk real quick about jump ropes here. So one of the big things that we look for, guys, is how well does this spin, okay? And you're going to find ones that are like they're selling you on the spin, but this is plenty, really. And I really like these RPM ropes because they have a nice size handle. And what we think about with them, guys, is making sure, so take a quick step back here and then grab both handles. Let's show sizing real quick. So we can help you size your own jump rope if you get it. And I highly recommend that you do, but he's going to step 1 foot on and then right at sternum level. So this is perfect, okay? 1 foot on the rope, and he's just going to pull them up. And we're trying to think about right about it like your nipple height would be perfect for these, okay? That allows the rope to have enough slack, but also enough speed to be optimal. And then all of these RPM ropes are really high quality. They're very fast. They're definitely my favorite. For a long time, I used a Rogue one and an again faster one. Really what matters is that you're practicing with the same rope each time, okay? So I would definitely recommend buying your own and then getting it sized to you specifically, and then that way you can have some similarities in your practice routine.